Can you guys not understand the magnitude of the talent that we're about to recruit here?
You mean Ruki?
Is everything written out, Goodman?
Yes, Vale. Contract has been written, revised, and ready to sign. Everything checks out, including the perks that Creed requested on Ruki's behalf.
What perks, dude?
Perks that are exclusive to Ruki that provide more comfort to his deal.
Why is Ruki receiving perks that others haven't?
Since the separation of whiskey, everybody would believe that Ace Whistler would be the benefactor, but these people don't even know what they want anymore. So we have to force feed our viewers what they will enjoy. Whistler is yesterday's news, and it's a brand new day, Mr. Mosley. And Ruki is the future of this industry. Every creed knows it, as do I. So we want Ruki to be as comfortable with us as he possibly can be.
Well, that's the issue, Vale. You and Everett may know it, but so does Ruki. Ever since Whiskey split, Ruki has been very difficult to work with. Do you know he fired his costume designer for mistakenly forgetting one stud on his tights?
I'm sure it was a
and then
bad
Ruki declined a photo with a fan because he was wearing a Whiskey t-shirt.
Mr. Creed wouldn't steer us in the wrong direction. Which is more than I can say about you, Mr. Mosley. What is this now, attempt number 3 for you?
Liz, don't push me, Vale. You're just the man behind the curtain. Plus, I've never brown-nosed any talent to appease him.
But this is Ruki we are talking about. Ruki. With Whiskey broken up, he is on the...
But is this really the way you want to do business here?
On the verge of success. So it's only fitting that he is featured on our first event.
Has no one noticed his attitude as of late? His total lack of respect towards his own tag team partner, breaking away from Ace, and such distaste. His arrogance, his lack of communication, on top of it, his vulgarity. Do you really want to sign anybody who recently had a controversial photograph with a 2-times Valor Women's Champion Ashba that contained indecency?
Last time I remember, I was the executive vice president of talent relations, so you can take your concerns elsewhere.
I remember I was in the charge of the whole coalition and negotiated with
That wasn't before we
SWW
found him rotting away.
What does this have to do with signing Ruki?
Ruki.
Mr. Kurosawa, how glad we are that you're here. Please, join us.
Before we proceed, I would just like to say I'm a huge, giant, colossal, huge fan of yours. I have every Amygdala song on my Spotify. Here, do you want my phone? I can show you right now.
Anyway, you would probably like to know that every creed has spoke very highly of you and advised us to offer you a special contract that provides several exclusive perks that you may find to your liking, Mr. Kurosawa. Goodman?
Well, I'm hoping I'm saying this right, Mr. Junichi Kurosawa. May I call you Ruki? Very well. Well, as you can see, the contract's hold tight and offers the perks that you have requested, and although they are quite specific, they will be met to your standards. You can read over the contract if you prefer, but I will read out the perks you have requested to make this negotiating go by much quicker for you. The perks are as followed. Mr. Kurosawa will receive his own private dressing room, not a locker room, but a dressing room. And Mr. Kurosawa owns all the branding rights to whiskey, so Ace Whistler is forbidden to wear any whiskey merchandise. Mr. Kurosawa will also have our personal ring announcer, Gerald Bass, introduce him with the following monikers: the front man of Amygdala, and the only man for Ashba, and the ostentatious Artistry. Mr. Kurosawa will also receive private catering with the specific instructions of offering a total of 54 deep-pitted cherries and 73 sunflower seeds de-shelled.
What?
54 cherries, 73 sunflower seeds. No more, no less. And even if there is 53 or 55 cherries, or 72 or even 74 sunflower seeds, we will replace Mr. Kurosawa's private caterer.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Have you really stooped down to deep hitting cherries and counting sunflower seeds to make sure he's happy to be here?
If this is what Ruki desires, then we should be more than thankful that he is giving us this opportunity.
Lastly, the most efficient perk to your contract, Mr. Kurosawa, which our Chief Financial Officer, Isaac, has looked over and agreed upon these following perks. You will be paid in advance before you compete, and 5% of the house will be added to your salary.
Okay, no, this is where I have to draw the line. I'm not gonna just sit here and accept that anybody much less than unappreciated side act is going to receive 5% of our revenue. These are demands that the CAWolition cannot financially even meet.
Matt, I can assure you that we can afford 54 cherries, and Ruki is entitled to how he dines, and might I add, ever so finely.
This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Ever since he has left whiskey, Ruki has been in the attitude of a first-class diva. He hasn't earned 5% of the house, nor has he earned the respect of any of his peers in the locker room. This is Supremacy World Wrestling. And last time I checked, Ruki hasn't even ever won a world title.
Yet, have you ever seen a garden grow? Some flowers need more sunlight than others. And here we are. The sun is shining down on me, and you want to put me in the shade. Well, if you let this lotus eater continue to whisper in your ear, he will eat away at your garden, as he has done so many times.
And you're the reason Supremacy World Wrestling will be different?
Yes, and the stage is set, Matthew. And although you are beneath my level of performance, this doubt is too good to not defy.
I'll be more than happy to show you, the Bureaucrats, and everyone around the world that you're just smoke and mirrors, Ruki. You're gonna challenge me? This will be your first and last match you will ever have on your own. Because once I'm through embarrassing you at On the Verge, you're gonna be calling up Whistler, begging to get that band together for one more show.
I expected you to say that. But I shouldn't expect more from such tawdriness. I fear inspired to make music at you. You've never heard my music before, have you?
I have not.
You should listen to it. It is the best J-Rock has to offer ever.
But this music isn't the kind you hear. It's the kind you feel. The kind you see. Watch out for Lauren, the crimson lotus. Once it soars, you'll be mesmerized of its beauty. Flying without wings. Won't even notice when it comes down.
You watch out for me. After what I've done in this industry, you're the only one who should watch out for me.
Yes. I'm aware of you, Arachne. Beauty is pain, Matthew. And your defeat is how I will win, like a flower in the dawn.
Guys, we are so lucky to be alive right now.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! Get up, get up!